You think your dog is just having a random off day? Maybe just lazy. Is actually your dog trying to tell you something important? It's rarely random. And the scary part? Until it's too late. Your dog doesn't greet you the same way. A little less excited. Maybe they're just tired. Because dogs don't change without a reason. Routine. So when that pattern breaks, but here's what most people don't understand. They use behavior. That's their way of speaking. Are you listening? When your dog suddenly becomes quiet or distant, yes, stress, not always dramatic, because dogs feel everything. And sometimes it could be something small, a new environment, or something deeper that you can't see. Because one of the biggest mistakes owners make, just because there's no visible problem, is the first signal. Now, here's something most people completely miss. If your dog starts following you more, avoiding you, that's emotional imbalance, or trying to cope for stability. They react. Sometimes they're reacting to you, your energy. Dogs read emotions better than most humans. Distracted. Your dog feels it. That quietness, it might be about you. If your dog suddenly stops doing something they always did, stops coming when called, that's not laziness, and it's one you shouldn't ignore. This change is physical. Discomfort, it's instinct. Showing weakness means danger. They change behavior. They withdraw. And by the time it's obvious, but here's the part that matters most. Because noticing the change, maybe they're tired, but what if that sudden change in behavior? Because when a dog suddenly acts different, it's communication. Most owners don't notice it. At first, it's subtle. They seem a little quieter, and you brush it off. But this is where it begins. They live through patterns, consistency. Something inside them has changed. Dogs don't use words, and when their behavior shifts, the question is, let's break this down. Less playful? This can be the first sign of emotional or physical stress. Not always obvious, but real, just like you do, even more deeply. A change in your routine, a different tone in your voice, something happening inside their body. And that's where it becomes serious, is assuming everything is fine. But behavior? Always. Sudden behavior change can also be linked to anxiety, or the opposite. That's not random. They might be trying to feel safe, because dogs rely on you. And when something feels off, but here's where it gets even deeper. Your dog isn't reacting to their world, your mood, your stress. So if you've been anxious or different, and they adjust their behavior accordingly, might not be about them. Now think about this. Stops wagging their tail the same way. Stops making eye contact. That's a signal, because sometimes pain, illness. Dogs are incredibly good at hiding pain. In the wild. So instead of showing obvious signs, they slow down. They become quiet. It's already progressed. What you do next is only the first step. Understanding it is what changes everything. So the next time your dog acts different, pause. Don't ignore it. Observe. Ask yourself, what changed? Did their routine shift? Did something in the environment change? Have I been different? Because the answer is always there, if you look closely. And here's something powerful. Your dog doesn't expect you to be perfect. They just need you to be aware, to notice, to respond. Because to them, you are their world. And when something feels wrong, they don't know how to fix it. They just react in silence, through behavior. But what makes this even more important is what happens when you ignore it. Because when signals go unnoticed, trust slowly weakens, not instantly, but over time. Your dog learns, my signals don't matter. And that changes the relationship. But when you notice, when you respond, when you adjust, something powerful happens. Trust deepens. Connection grows. Your dog feels understood, and that changes everything. But there's one more layer most people never think about. Consistency. Dogs learn through patterns. So if your response is inconsistent, sometimes caring, sometimes ignoring, that creates confusion. And confusion creates stress. So the goal isn't just to notice, it's to be consistent, stable, predictable, because that's what builds safety. And safety is what your dog needs most. Now let's go even deeper, because not all behavior changes are negative. Sometimes they're growth. If your dog becomes calmer, more independent, that can be emotional development. But even then, it's worth understanding, because every change has a reason. And once you start seeing behavior this way, everything shifts. You stop reacting and start understanding. You stop assuming and start observing. And that's when your relationship with your dog transforms from basic to deep, from routine to connection. So the next time your dog acts different, don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. Look closer, because your dog might be trying to tell you something important, something you've been missing all along. And once you finally understand it, you'll never look at your dog the same way again, because your dog isn't just behaving, they're communicating. And maybe they've been trying to talk to you this whole time.